Alright, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Rob here at Smirking Gun Reviews. And yes, it's been a week since I jumped out of a plane. And that I was going to be reviewing Point Break on the way down. And, well, you know, that's what I had hoped. Anyway. There's been a lot of feelings going through my head. Some of it about the jump, some of it about the whole experience, and so it's taken me a while to process my thoughts and my feelings about the thing and the video that I paid to have taken and the pictures and all that stuff. And so here's the whole deal. I'm not gonna say where I went. I'm not going to say who jumped with me, who the name of the person who jumped with me, any of that stuff. I'm going to talk about the experience, and then I'll show you the video of my free fall. So the actual jump, alright, the actual jump was one of the most amazing, probably the most amazing thing I've ever done. It's changed my perspective on a lot of things. And while I still have my anxieties that I probably will always have, I kind of feel a lot less fearful about a lot of things. And not just because it's like you kind of facing death when you jump out of a plane. It made me just kind of realize that there's not much reason to be afraid of much. Living through fear isn't a way to live, and being up there above the clouds and looking down at the earth really kind of puts things into perspective. At least it did for me. There's a lot of things that I can't even share because you really have to experience the kind of thing yourself. Now, when I went to this place, I asked them if there was audio in when we record, and they said no, that they put music over the video. And so I immediately went, well, there goes the whole Point Break review and that I've been promoting, which, you know, look, sometimes my ambition and my ideas and my imagination, you know, I run with it, you know, and so it's a shame that I didn't get to review it. Problem was, there is audio on the video. And while I probably wouldn't have been a good idea to try to do a review of Point Break on the way down, if I ever jumped again, and I probably will, higher this time than I was before, and definitely somewhere else, because seeing farmland again, it just doesn't quite do it for me. I want to see other places from above. And when you come down, they were still recording. Okay, so there could have been an actual, like, after the free fall and we let the parachute up, we did a lot. We kind of spun around in the parachute and we talked, and I know that there's a full version of my video out there. I didn't receive that. I received a cut up version. I get 4 separate versions, all just none of it the whole thing. I wanted the raw footage. I paid $130 for a recording that's basically out of my hands. And maybe that's their policy. I don't know. Another thing about it was the rules that you have to keep. You have to sign a bunch of stuff. And so I was being really strict about the rules. I didn't want to get told I couldn't jump. One of those rules is you're not supposed to be under the influence before you jump. But when I walked into the place, it reeked of marijuana. Now, I've got nothing against smoking the ganj. You guys, if anybody who knows my channel, well, go look at the 420 month we just did. Okay? I'm cool with ganja. But when it came to this situation, I was like, hey, wait a minute. One of the big policies is that you are not going to be allowed to jump if you're known to be under the influence. There was a group of 3 people that was right in front of me that must have just hotboxed. And when I went into the screening room to watch a video that they had just been in there, it was like walking into a hotbox. And so these people were just they were allowed to jump. They were on my plane. And I realized that the rules really didn't matter at all. The other thing was that I was told that you have to have your hair tied up. I only tie my hair up when it's necessary. I like to leave my hair down. I hate the way I look with my hair down, or hair tied back without a hat. Without a hat. I can do it with a hat. I don't mind. But I hate the way I look with my hair tied back, just au natural. So I would have had my hair down for the video. It would have made me more comfortable. Maybe it would have made me a little less anxious and self-conscious. But they didn't tell me that I could. And so I would follow the rules. And then I see everybody else, you know, they got their hair down. I'm a habitual rule follower when it comes to certain things. And so that kind of affected my experience too. And then, you know, the whole thing just kind of felt very carnival-like. And by that I mean, I felt like they were trying to take more of my money than I was prepared to give, and they wouldn't let up. They were constantly trying to sell me every step of the way. Every few minutes, it felt like they were trying to upcharge me. I also noticed that at the airport where this went down, there were a lot of like Airstreams and RVs, and I realized that a lot of the people that work here live there. And again, that made me feel like I was dealing with carnies a little bit. And people's names, they weren't giving their real names, they were giving fake names. Like, oh, I'm not going to say the name of the person, but, you know, like if somebody walks up to you and says, oh, my name is insert adjective here. Like, it's supposed to be like a fun name, but they weren't giving a real name. And that was a little disconcerting too. There was also a joke about making sure that I don't fall out of my suit, because if another one, you know, if another person dies on their watch, they might not be allowed to jump again. I found that a little unprofessional, even if it was meant to be jokey, and it wasn't meant to be unprofessional. I just don't think that I'm not one of those people that appreciates that kind of joke at the time that it's happening, especially when it's your first time. And so all of that, and then we get to the whole jump was fine, but when we got to landing, okay, I was the only one jumping at 9,000 feet because, one, I had already upcharged. I allowed myself to get upcharged to 129 from 99 for the filming, which I really regret now. And that when you land, there's supposed to be called catchers. So everybody else was jumping at 14,000 feet. Oh, the other reason was that I felt like if something went wrong, I didn't want to have longer to fall and think about how I was probably going to die. So when we jumped, they're supposed to call the catchers to come out and make sure that you land okay, that the parachute doesn't blow away and drag you guys with it. And this was a very windy, 100-degree basically day, and none of the catchers were there. None of them were called. And so when we landed, we fell on our side, and the wind caught the parachute and started dragging us. And I immediately felt it, and I dug my whole body in. And I've got pretty strong I'm not a big person, but I have pretty strong lower body strength, so I just dug my legs in and my arm in, and it's not really here now, but at the time, I had gotten some like kind of road rash on my arm and my legs, and at the time I was kind of mad that I wore jeans until I landed, because otherwise my leg would have been all tore up from getting yanked by the parachute. And even the jumper, the instructor, got a little worried and was about to pop the parachute off. And when I look up, I see these people running at a full tilt, like they were running to a crash site. These people running, I mean sprinting at us. No apology, except from her. She's the only one who kind of apologized. Everybody else, nothing. And I wanted to just kind of walk away and get my shit and meet my sister, because she was supposed to be there, but they quoted me a certain time that we were going to jump, and it was a lot faster than that, which is great, but at the same time I felt like it was just like, come on, we got people to jump, we got to get everybody up in the plane and jump and do it all over again. And I don't know, I didn't feel like I was properly instructed either. There was like no time to practice the moves that they were talking about, and I was very overwhelmed. And it all worked out, but it still, again, it just felt really, I'm not going to say rinky-dink. I mean, I said it, but it's not what I mean. But it all just felt a little like, I don't know, like I said, a kind of a carnival aspect to it all. So I just left, and I got this stupid, where do I have it? I don't even have it here. I received oh, here it is. I received a certificate. I'm not gonna, it's just this. This looks like something you would give a kid at a McDonald's birthday party or a Burger King birthday party, you know, like, look who's 12 today. This certificate means nothing except for maybe possible proof, but anybody could probably get their hands on one of these and write whatever they wanted. So they sent me the video, they sent me the pictures. The pictures all look good. The video is very lacking. And I will show it to you guys now. I do really, really recommend the experience. I recommend that you check out places before you even put your money in. If you can, don't just go to the website. If the place is near you, go check it out. Go see what they feel like. Go see what the vibe is. Because I should have went out there. I should have went out there and like asked for a tour or something. Because I might have gone somewhere else. Because that's just me. The vibe that I got after the fact, I just feel a little off about the whole thing, other than the experience. Once I watched the video, and you guys have probably just skipped ahead to it, and then came back maybe to listen to me talk some more. I do recommend doing it. It is a life-changing experience. And so here's the video. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.
Hold tight, chemicals collide.